Welcome to the bedroom makeover. If you've watched my channel for a while, you would know that a lot of the stuff we've done in our flat has been in the common area, so the living room, the kitchen, the dining room, and my camera's falling over. I wish it wouldn't. Can you stay? Okay. And I've kind of not neglected, but I haven't done the most with my bedroom that I wanted to get done. So there's a lot that we're going to try and change in this video. I've lived in this flat for a year now. As I've mentioned, some of it's done, painted the walls, I've put some art up. I obviously have bed, nightstand, other nightstand, this giant light, which will be going. So the things that I want to fix in this room, first is I want to paint the ceiling. I don't know, I think you can see it on camera, that the ceiling is currently white, which is fine except for the fact that when me and Tom painted the walls, we took the tape off the ceiling and we did it way too aggressively and took the paint that was on the ceiling before with it. So I either have to paint the ceiling white again or paint it green, like the walls. And I'm like, I might as well paint the ceiling green if I'm gonna have to repaint it anyway. The other thing I'm gonna change is obviously this light. It's too big. I really liked it when I got it. It's like a 5-pound light from IKEA, but it's made from paper, so it's already kind of ripped and it's way too big. Like whenever I make the bed, it's really difficult because I can't go like this with the duvet cover, and I always hit my head on it all the time. And then I want to put some more art up on the walls because it's looking quite bare. I definitely want to change the sheets, so I've bought new sheets that I'm very excited to show you. And then on to the other side of the room. Basically, I don't think that the curtain situation here is working. I think that they are too small for the size of the wardrobe I'm trying to cover, and I think it would look better if the whole wall was covered. So I have bought another set of curtains from IKEA that I'm going to put up there as well that are in a dark green, which should match an element of the sheets. So those are all the changes I'm making, I think. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. And I will stop talking now and move on to actually starting to do things in this room. So I know that the thing that would make sense to start with first is to paint the ceiling. I think painting the room, doing everything else later would make sense, but I don't want to do that because it's the first day of the bank holiday, there's a heat wave, I'm too hot and overwhelmed, and I just want to be able to do something interesting in the room with the time that I have. I have like 2 hours before I have to go out. So what I'm gonna do is first change the sheets. I bought these new sheets, which I'm super excited about, from the brand TV Co, which I've spoken about on my channel before, and they have these really cute little ties on the ends of the pillowcases, and they're this like pink and burgundy stripe. TV Co is a UK-based company. I think they're based up in Edinburgh, and they're like an ethical, sustainable company, and so I wanted to get new sheets, but I wanted to get them from somewhere that was local so it wouldn't be too costly to the earth to basically ship the stuff over, and I wouldn't have to wait ages. But these are a king size set. My bed is a double, and I have actually said on this channel before, I will admit, that I don't think it's necessary to use a size up duvet, but now that I have a partner and he sleeps over sometimes, I feel like we just need a bigger duvet. But I luckily do have a king size duvet from my old flat, which was a king size bed, and so I'm going to switch the duvet, switch the pillowcases, and hopefully the new sheets will look nice. So, because the set only comes with 2 pillowcases, I have more of the yellow ones from my old bedding set, and I don't really see the point in buying new ones. I think that the yellow will be like a fun pop of color because I don't want the room to be too like matchy-matchy vibes. So I'm going to put these on the pillows at the back. I actually really want to buy new pillows because my ones are really old and lumpy and bumpy, but because I bought so many things, oh, I should put them on the tag inside, but because I bought so many things for this room makeover, I'm like, let me just wait until my next paycheck comes in before I go crazy and buy new pillows, because I feel like it's an unnecessary expense. Okay, interestingly, there's no like little envelope flap for these to keep the pillows in, which I don't love, but that's fine. We'll just tie up the bows here, which I do think is a really cute addition. I just wish there was also like an envelope flap because I don't really want to see the inside of my pillow, you know? But I do think the bows look very cute there. I also maybe should have ironed these beforehand, but I don't have an iron. Yay, I'm so happy. I think that this looks so beautiful. My camera's about to die, so I'm going to charge it and then I'll be right back. I am super happy with how the bedding looks. I love the little tie details on the ends of the pillows, and the good thing about the duvet being bigger is that it hides the white sheet on my mattress, and I just think this looks so much nicer. I feel unsure about the yellow. I think maybe it would look good with like a dark brown, but the yellow is what I have for now, and I think it is like a nice pop of color, so we're gonna leave that as is. So now on to some unboxing. I have my new light in front of me because I don't know if you saw me struggle trying to get the sheets on with that big light. So this one should be a little shorter and less big. I did actually like love this light when I first moved in. Let me show you. This is how it looks for my bed. It's actually giant. Yeah, here you can see it's like really big. So I got a smaller one. I used to always be like, this is like my mini moon, my personal moon. But I think the moon has to go. The moon is too big. My camera's really crooked. Okay, yeah, the moon is too big. So I got a smaller light. It's still similar vibe, like this is a linen shade. This also specifically says on it, do not use knife, but how else am I supposed to open the box? I'm gonna be careful. But yeah, I just think that I won't hit my head as much, and it will just make it a lot easier to do things like make the bed with a smaller light. I also was like debating between getting the natural color or the white color of this, and I honestly don't remember what I bought, but hopefully it looks good. Yay, I think this is like the perfect size. Like I do think this light would have been good if I had like taller ceilings, but this house is pretty short, to be honest. So this is what it looks like. I think it looks so nice. I'm super happy with this. And then you basically just like screw in the light bulb to this bit. There are instructions, because knowing myself, I'm gonna do it wrong. But yeah, this is how you do it. So I'm going to take down this light finally, which has been like in my way for a year since I've moved in. This is clearly much more size appropriate now for the height of the ceilings and the size of the room. And I'm very happy with it. I think it looks quite nice. the next thing I'm going to unbox is this new piece of art I got. So I already have these two paintings on the wall that I took from my mom when I was in the Philippines and at my parents' house, and I really like them. They're both from the Philippines by Filipino artists. And then I have this, which is pressed flowers that I made myself from the first bouquet that my boyfriend bought for me, which I know is really cringe, but it was really sweet, and I cried when he sent them because it was like a surprise delivery, and so I wanted to keep them forever, so I pressed them in this frame that I got on Etsy. Also, sorry if it's loud, I had to open the window because it was really hot. And then when I was in Lisbon a few weeks ago, I picked up this, which is a print from 1934 that I bought in a flea market, and the guy who was selling this stuff told me that they get prints from like art books or magazines and cut them up and put, I mean, to be honest, this isn't really a matching, this is like a black piece of paper, but the print was from a magazine in 1934 and shows the streets of Lisbon, and I love the colors in it, and I think it will really look nice next to these, like right here. And I've seen like a lot of Pinterest pictures recently of so not quite gallery walls, but kind of frames spilling around a bed in a bedroom. I didn't want to put stuff like on top of my bed. I think that's a symptom from when I was a kid that my mom always said to never put stuff above your bed because it's gonna fall on your head and kill you. So yeah. Wow, why did my camera go out of focus? Okay, perfect. So I have another, can this focus? I have another piece of art that I bought off of Etsy that I believe should already be framed, so I need to buy a frame for the one I bought in Portugal. I want to buy a wooden frame. I don't love the black frame down there, but I think because like this matching is black, if I get a brown frame similar to the painting at the top, it will kind of balance out. I have literally put so much stuff in recycling today because there is so much cardboard. And I'm honestly impressed I haven't cut myself by mistake with this knife. It's very well sealed. I'm very excited. This is the first time I'm seeing it other than buying online. So it is a vintage silk, I don't know if it's silk, I lied, vintage embroidery from China. If you didn't know, I grew up in Hong Kong, and it's from this Etsy shop called Collate Curate, if that decides to focus. And the note on the back says, "Many thanks for your order. It's very much appreciated. We truly hope that you love the picture. Enjoy, warmest wishes, Caroline." Which is really cute that they sent a little note. It's obviously very well packaged. This was like a one and done piece of art since it's a vintage piece, but I will link the Etsy shop below because they have lots of nice art prints in general. And this is a piece called, I think it's called like 100 Boys or something like that. I'll put the correct answer on the screen, which sounds crazy, but it's just like all these little kids doing activities. Oh, it's a green frame and green matching, which I didn't realize in the listing. I thought that it was gray, but that sort of fits perfectly with the color scheme. If I can get it out. And I'm going to put this on this side of the bed behind that nightstand because my room is very symmetrical, like with the nightstands and the bed, so I wanted the art to be asymmetrical. So this is what it looks like. Oh my god, I love it. I'm so happy with this. They're so cute and colorful. And I didn't realize this kind of embroidered fabric pattern would be on the back matching. And then it's obviously like this, so I can hang it up. But I love the frame and the mashing, and I just think it looks so nice. And then I think the yellow will help tie in the yellow pillows a little bit better, because right now they seem a bit random, whereas I think this will help. So I'm going to put that up on that side, and then I want to put the flowers next to it like this, or maybe like around the corner. But I'm super happy with this, and as I said, I will link the Etsy shop below. God, did this not focus the entire time? Okay, hopefully it did. Yay! I love how that looks. And then I'm gonna put the other art next to it. This one next to it. Oh my god, yay. Okay, I'm super happy with how this looks. Let me bring you closer. It's obviously now nighttime. Actually, maybe you can't tell from the lighting, but I promise it is. And I just went out to see the Christophers with Michaela Cole and Ian McKellen, and it was quite good. Would recommend. One of the main issues in my room is that I have curtains instead of doors over my wardrobe, and originally the reason for that was because it was too expensive to buy doors at the time, but I actually like it better because it hides my suitcases that are at the top of the wardrobe, whereas if I just had the doors, the suitcases would be exposed. And I want to do like a full wall of curtains, and I just think the issue is that there aren't enough curtains. So I have bought these dark green curtains that match quite well, actually almost exactly, with the dark green of these sheets. These are just from IKEA. They are like 15 pounds, but before I put them up there, the curtains are too long, and I feel like I might have said that at the beginning. This is a very haphazard, I've had a haphazard day, and so I've been slowly hemming them so that they just about touch the floor. It's not perfect because I'm hand sewing them, so you can see, I don't know if this will focus enough. There you go. My little stitches, which are not terrible, obviously worse than a sewing machine or getting them tailored, but I feel like it would be quite expensive to get them tailored, and I have spent a little bit too much money on this room so far, and so instead I'm hand sewing them. And another problem I'm having with hand sewing them is that I have to hem both the top and the bottom. So on the back, you can see I've started to sew the top. And the reason I have to do that is because I'm not cutting off, because we have a very short flat, like the ceilings are very low, and I'm like, I don't want to waste these curtains. If I moved elsewhere, I'd want to keep the curtains, even though they're only like 15 pounds. I just don't want to like be wasteful, especially when I feel like I've already been quite wasteful today throwing away the drawers from my wardrobe. And so hemming it like this and not cutting anything off means that I can just take the stitches out and then they will be full length again, or I can like use this for a different project. So that is what I've been doing. I've done all of the bottom and now I'm getting around to the sides and the top. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole top bit because that's quite a lot of sewing and I don't think it's necessary, but we'll see. So I'm hoping I can finish this first panel today, and then I will do the other white panel tomorrow, and then I'll put the green ones up. I'm finding it slightly easier to not take these down before sewing them, but I think maybe with the green ones I will sew them. Hopefully they're the same length as these ones so I can just measure directly, and then that will be a bit easier. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do now. So I have unfortunately run out of thread, but I've ordered some to arrive on Monday, which is day after tomorrow, and is still a bank holiday, so I'm gonna have to wait until then to finish doing the sewing. But I think for now I might just put the green curtains up. Oh no, I can just sew the green curtains, duh. I don't need white thread for the green curtains. I think I might do a pink for the green curtains to like go with the sheets, but yeah, taking a break from the white for now, and then going to go sew the green curtains, I think. But I will probably call it a night for now and see you for day 2 of the makeover tomorrow. So last night I spent 2 hours sewing hemming up the green curtains before I realized that I was hemming the wrong side. So instead of hemming the bottom, I was hemming the long side that goes up, and then proceeded to be upset for like another 2 hours. So what I'm gonna do instead of doing that is I am going to put the hooks in and hang it up first and hem it from where it is hanging, and then I won't make any mistakes. So I have these like clips that will make the curtains pleated. So you pleat like the top bits here, and then I'm going to put them up there in front of the closet. So disaster has struck slightly in the sense that to get the end off of the curtain track to put the new curtains on, I need an Allen key, and I have all of these Allen keys, but none of them fit. The closest is these teeny tiny ones that you can see, but they're still too big. So I'm probably going to have to order a new one from IKEA and then do this another time. The good thing is my white thread came for hemming the white curtains, so I can continue doing that, and I will show you guys when it's done. So I did manage to find the right Allen key, although annoyingly it means I've also found loads of clips for the curtains. I didn't need to buy these other clips, but that's fine. I can put the curtains up, and I'm nearly finished sewing one of the white curtains, so I will show you those in a second. Hopefully you can see the difference. Like, I feel like this looks so much neater with it just touching the floor than this like pooling, and I always trip over it. So I definitely think that this was a good idea, although hand sewing this is taking me so long. So I have finished hemming the white curtains. As you can see, they do not drag along the ground anymore. And I'm almost finished with the green ones. The difference on the white ones is that I also hemmed along the bottom, which I think looks a lot neater. And on the green ones, I hemmed the top, but not the bottom. And that's because I ran out of thread. So as you can see here, I still have pins in, and then these ones are pulled on the floor because I haven't hemmed those. But I ran out of thread, so that is arriving tomorrow. And then I will be able to finish these off, and then I think we will be done with part 1 of this room makeover. So after what has felt like 10 billion hours, but was actually, my guess is like 8, I have finally finished hemming the curtains. So you can see the hemming here, and here I decided not to do the bottom hems on the green ones because I got tired. So that might be something that I do in the future. Also, sorry, excuse the sweatiness. We're going through a heat wave in the UK right now. But yes, this is finally done, which was the biggest part of this project. So I think I'm going to leave it here for today's video. There will be a part 2 of this bedroom makeover. I need to find shelving to put away my trinkets because I am a little bit of a Potmark girly. Not a Labubu girl, but you know, some of the collections have spoken to me personally. And I need to frame all of my art. I definitely want to rearrange my side tables to make them look a little bit nicer. I want to make new things for my room, but I'm really happy with how my bedroom looks now. I think that there's a lot more fun color. I think that the curtains have made such a big difference. I'm so happy with my new art pieces. My new light has made such a difference. When my boyfriend came over, he didn't hit his head on the light, and that was good progress. And so I'm just really happy with how it's turned out, and I'm really looking forward to doing part 2 of this makeover. So if you would like to see part 2 of the makeover, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, like the video, do all those fun bits, and thank you for watching.